Open up your Bible to Genesis. We're going over chapter 22. If you haven't read that yet, pause here, read first, and then come back and we can take notes. Okay, chapter 22 is probably one of the most emotionally intense chapters in all of Genesis. God tells Abraham to take Isaac, the son he waited years for, the son connected to the promise, and offer him as a sacrifice. And this chapter actually opens saying that this was a test, which is important because Abraham doesn't know that yet. So Abraham takes Isaac, travels to the mountain, and starts prepping everything. Sometimes people miss that Isaac is old enough here to carry wood and ask questions. So this isn't just like a tiny child. And then right when Abraham is about to go through with sacrificing his son, God stops him. And instead, there is a ram that was caught in a bush and is used as a sacrifice instead. One thing that stands out here is the tension between promise and trust. Isaac isn't just Abraham's son. He represents everything that God said would happen in the future. So this test is deeply tied to whether Abraham trusts God even when the situation makes no sense. And there's also a lot of details in this chapter that later connect symbolically to other parts of the Bible. So there's lots of cross references here. For example, Isaac is called Abraham's only son, who you love, foreshadowing the father offering his beloved son. And this is a direct cross-reference to John 3:16. And another thing to note here is that Isaac carries the wood for his own sacrifice, so to speak, foreshadowing Jesus carrying the cross. And then Abraham names the place "the Lord will provide," which kind of becomes the center point of this chapter. This chapter brings up a lot of questions for people, honestly. And I think part of that is because it forces you to think about trust on a deeper level, more than just comfort and understanding. It also shows how tightly people can hold on to the things that are important to them in this life, even the good things. And the ending matters too, because God ultimately doesn't require Isaac's life. So this chapter ends with provision, not loss. And overall, it's one of those chapters that's less about easy answers and more about wrestling with trust, attachment, and what faith actually looks like under pressure. I know I never put my opinion in here, but I think this might be one of my favorites in all of Genesis because there's so much reference to Jesus. It's so cool. Anyway, that's it for today. If you want to deep dive into the verses here, check out the next post. See you in the next chapter.